Actually looking very gross. Ew. Anywho, that is beyond the point. That is so beyond the point. No one cares about how I look. Maybe you do. Ugh. Anyway, this week, what week are we on? 9? Week 9, we think. We've got the thing, right. Oh my god. Okay, so here's the thing, I'm rubbish at remembering, so. Monday, I do remember what we did Monday because I actually wrote it down. Tuesday, I don't remember what we did because. Cheers to that, I don't know. But Monday, we started the week. This week was making our first draft, so yeah, not our final products, that's next week, but this was like our first drafts ready to be product tested. So Monday I did my final piece of experimentation, which is essentially what I did my whole day doing, because believe it or not I changed my idea again because I just love changing my idea. It's like my favourite thing to change ideas. I haven't actually been set on like one straight idea this whole project, which is really bad. Sorry, I'm so thirsty. Right, so I finished my final piece of experimentation, which formed what my project was going to be. So we changed the idea again. We're now not doing social media. Really weird, I know. So I decided not to do social media because I wanted to just focus on one thing. There wasn't a big enough link between them really, like for it to be a consistent ad campaign. That was a problem. Consistent ad campaign, no it was not. Not a consistent ad campaign. I just think of all the things in this vlog. So it wasn't a consistent ad campaign, so I was like, it's not gonna work. So I decided to do the thing that I felt most strongly about at the time, which was climate change. There's a lot going on with climate change in the news at the moment. The UK are making some strong good things happen. Oh my god. So I did my final experimentation and I made this vector illustration, and I could insert it here, I guess. Here it is. But then I was like, okay, I kind of want to make this like retro themed ad campaign that I hadn't really thought about much before. I just didn't know how to do it. So here we are. So I did this final piece of experimentation, changed my idea again, and I started to sketch because basically I'd already sketched other ideas, but I didn't want to do those now. So I started sketching up some ideas for my posters, came up with 3 really class ideas. Like I was really happy with how the sketches turned out. I always have this thing where I question myself, I question my creativity. I just don't, sometimes I think I'm just not even a creative person. Like what am I doing here? Like, I'm just not creative. Well, clearly I'm not the least creative person in the world because I did come up with these sketches, which I was really proud of. So Tuesday, I started to make the first one. So essentially what I've done is I've changed it, and what the ad campaign is going to portray is 3 posters that show basically like 3 things. I sort of linked it to dreams and nightmares because this was the original theme. I was never going with the original theme though. The original theme was dreams and nightmares, and I'm gonna, in the posters, I have one thing that's bad and one thing that's good. So the bad thing that's going on in the world and one thing we can do to change it. So it's like almost giving people some help into what they can do. Obviously they can't go to the major oil companies and be like, stop doing that with the oil, you know? Or, I don't know, China and America. We can't go and have a little chat with Donald Trump because it's not really going to work, is it? But there are little things we can do. So there's something as simple as a reusable water bottle. I've made a poster about reusable water bottles. I've made it very minimalist art style with just one word at the top. So I've done efficiency, reusable, and upcycle. The upcycle one I can see that could be quite confusing. But anyway, I'm really like ranting. Not ranting, I'm just chatting a load of rubbish. So Tuesday I started making the first poster, the efficiency poster. That's actually turned out really good. I'm really happy with it. Wednesday I started creating the water bottle, for the main water bottle for the second poster and the background for that. So it's like an under the water theme because it's underwater, because plastic bottles go in the water. Anywho, so started creating this water bottle for the second poster. Then Friday I created the third poster, which was the upcycle poster. I also went through my other 2 posters and the upcycle poster with Hayley, and she gave me a lot of tips, sort of like, yeah, the first one was a bit bright, that was a problem, so we had to change that. Too many. So something I feel like I should say is that you might see the posters and 2 follow one specific colour scheme and another one follows another. This is something I'm going to talk about my evaluation. Is basically I plan to do 4 posters, but I was like, I sort of came to the point where I'd sort of run out of good ideas. That sounds awful, but basically I didn't want to just be making loads of like churning out posters for the sake of churning out posters. It became to a point where I wanted quality over quantity, so I decided to stick with 3 posters and perfect them and make them perfect and make them like, yeah, wow, that's really good. Like, wow. Do you know what I mean? I wanted them to be wow. I didn't want to just be like, yeah, look at all this I've done, 5, 6, 7 posters, and people were like, yeah, but they're not that good, are they? Like, they've got a lot of issues. I didn't want issues. I wanted 3 perfect posters, so that's what I've gone for. So I originally intended to have 2 posters in one colour scheme and 2 posters in another, so I have 2 colour schemes. And the third poster, the upcycle poster, follows the second colour scheme. But basically I'm going to explain all this in my evaluation. Unless I go in next week and Hayley's like, nah, 3 posters ain't enough for a distinction, then I'm making 4. But I don't really have a good enough idea for the 4th one, to be honest. Yeah. So we will see about that. That's an ongoing saga. However, that's kind of it. That was the week. Like, I just made posters ready for product testing on Monday's bank holiday. Tuesday. Jesus Christ, girl. Whew. Anywho, that was my week. Threw some problems in there. Have a nice day. Bye. See you next week.